She doesn't owe you a text. Not now, not later, not ever. You are not entitled to her time, her attention, her energy, or her love. If your entire day collapses because she didn't reply, you're not in a relationship, you're in emotional captivity. Most men are prisoners, not behind bars, but behind screens. Tapping, waiting, craving. One message, one emoji, one scrap of validation to tell them they matter. Pathetic. We live in a time where men are more connected than ever and more broken than ever. Not because of women, not because of heartbreak, because of weakness. Because instead of mastering themselves, they worship someone else's response. Because they've traded purpose for a pulse on a screen, mission for attention, strength for sensitivity, and society encourages it. Beg for her time, break your back to impress, overthink every reply like your life depends on it. You want the truth. She doesn't want a man who chases her like a lost dog. She wants a man too focused on building his empire to care whether she claps for him or not. This is a war for your mind, a war for your focus, and most of you are losing. Why? Because no one ever taught you the first law of Stoic masculinity. Control yourself or be controlled by everything. Let's call this what it is: emotional slavery. You check your phone first thing in the morning, not to read, not to plan your day, but to see if she replied. You craft clever texts, hoping to win her over, like you're auditioning for affection. Then when she doesn't answer, you spiral, you question your worth, you double text, you scroll her page like a ghost looking for life. You're not in love. You're out of control, and a man out of control is a man easily broken. Now hear me clearly, emotions are not the enemy. Undisciplined emotion is. That's what Stoicism kills. Step 1. Fortify your inner fortress. Your mind is your temple, your battlefield, your throne. And if the first thing that shakes it is a woman's silence, you've already lost. Marcus Aurelius didn't need applause to validate his actions. Epictetus didn't chase acceptance. Seneca didn't beg to be understood. So why do you? Because you've been trained by media, by culture, by weak men pretending to be strong, that attention is love and silence is rejection. But the Stoic man knows silence is freedom. When someone withdraws, you don't chase, you reflect. You double down on your discipline. You clean your room. You train harder. You earn more. You rise. Her silence becomes your sharpening stone, not your coffin. So guard the gates. Stop letting unearned opinions dictate your emotions. Build a fortress so thick that no ghosted message can pierce it. Step 2. Kill the need for reassurance. Reassurance is crack for the insecure. You don't want love, you want comfort. You want someone to tell you you're enough, so you don't have to prove it through action. But Stoicism doesn't coddle. It demands that you rise without applause, that you endure without praise, that you move forward in total silence, because your mission matters more than your feelings. When you rely on someone else to calm your storm, you've already lost the ship. The Stoic man calms himself. He doesn't demand love. He earns respect. He doesn't ask, why hasn't she replied? He asks, why do I care? Because the deeper truth is brutal. If her silence controls you, then you were never in control to begin with. Step 3. Reclaim your focus. Every time you obsess over a text, you lose time. Time you could have used to build, to train, to master. Time you'll never get back. Focus is your most masculine trait. Not biceps, not a deep voice. Focus. It is the ability to pour all of your power into your purpose and ignore what doesn't serve it. When you check your phone 30 times a day for her reply, you dilute your energy. You water down your essence. You tell your subconscious, she is more important than me. And that, brother, is a lie. You must starve distractions. Don't entertain them. You must train your mind like a soldier, not a simp. Because here's the truth. The man who wins in life is not the one who waits for a reply. It's the one who becomes so valuable, so unshakable, so centered, that she starts checking his page, wondering where he went. Step 4. Embrace the power of indifference. Indifference is not apathy, it is control. It is the ability to face rejection, betrayal, and silence and remain unmoved. Not because you don't feel, but because you refuse to fall. The Stoic doesn't hate, he doesn't cling, he doesn't whine, he observes, he adapts, he continues. You must become indifferent to outcomes and obsessed with process. She didn't text back? Good. More time for discipline, more space for growth, more energy for purpose. Because while you're watching your phone, someone else is building an empire. And the truth is, if she doesn't value you, she's doing you a favor by leaving. Let her go, and thank her for making space for your greatness. Step 5. Build the man she can't ignore, then forget she exists. You want her to respect you? Then stop trying to be noticed. Start becoming undeniable. She doesn't want a therapist, she wants a force. She doesn't want 100 texts, she wants one presence that silences the room when he enters. That's built in solitude, not in text threads. You must become the man whose silence speaks louder than other men's begging, whose eyes say, "I have work to do," whose presence radiates calm power, not chaos. The man who builds himself spiritually, physically, mentally, and financially doesn't chase, he attracts. But here's the twist. The moment you build yourself just to get her, you've already failed. This isn't about getting her back. This is about never losing yourself again. Real masculinity doesn't panic. Real masculinity is found in poise, presence, precision, not in panic, not in "why isn't she replying?" Not in "what did I do wrong?" but in "what must I build next?" The Stoic man doesn't negotiate his worth through text bubbles. He writes his value in how he lives, how he leads, how he carries himself in total silence. He trains in obscurity. He rises in darkness. He speaks only when his presence demands it. You want to win in dating? Stop chasing her, start chasing excellence. Stop needing a response, start mastering your own, the silent test. Her silence is a test, not of her loyalty, but of yours. Loyalty to yourself. Will you break? Will you beg? Or will you build? Every unanswered text is an invitation to rise. Every rejection is a lesson in self-respect. Every ghost is a gift. And the man who walks through all of it with calm, controlled indifference, that man wins. Not because he got the girl, but because he never lost the man. She doesn't owe you a text, she never did. But you owe yourself something far more powerful: discipline, focus, purpose, silence. Build in silence, train in silence, dominate in silence. She might never reply. So what? You're too busy becoming the man no one can ignore. Hit like, hit subscribe, then get off this video and get to work. You don't need more motivation. You need more action. Your life depends on it.